Do you want to cruise with confidence on your next sailing on Royal Caribbean? Well, Royal Caribbean has the Cruise with Confidence program. Let's get into it. Hi, Travel Cruisers. This is Rick. Well, I'm booked on Royal Caribbean, Navigator of the Seas, for a 3-day trip just here in like a month from now.
Everybody is nervous about COVID-19 and cruising. So basically, the new policy is if you are booked with Royal Caribbean and you test positive for COVID right before you're sailing, you will get a full refund. Cash money, no questions asked. Now, if you need to cancel up to 48 hours before you're sailing, you'll get a future cruise credit. So relax. Let's get back out there. Now, this is a Royal Caribbean policy, but all other cruise lines usually follow suit and do about the same kind of things. So definitely check their websites, but I think you can relax about this one.
This is November of 2021. So I'm booked December 13th for a 3-day cruise. And they've got a cruise with confidence. If you're nervous about going because of COVID or because you might get denied, because you might get COVID or you might get a fever, listen to what Royal Caribbean's Cruise with Confidence program is.
Cruise with confidence. Know that we've got your back. Cancel up to 48 hours before your departure for any reason at all and get the full value in a future cruise credit towards any other sailing you like. And they go on to say flexibility when you need it. Cancel up to 48 hours before your cruise for free, which means they're not going to penalize you, I guess, but just give you a future cruise credit. And if you test positive for COVID-19, get a 100% refund. Now, there are some restrictions with that, but you will get your money back if you test positive for COVID-19. I think that's what most people are kind of concerned about. Now, while we're here, let's just go over this whole page. The Royal Promise. Your peace of mind is our top priority. So all guests are vaccinated or tested. All crew is vaccinated and tested regularly. Flexibility when you need it. That's what we just talked about. And we'll get you home. Now, this is kind of interesting. If you test positive for COVID-19 during your cruise, costs for onboard medical care and travel home are on us. Okay, yeah, read the fine print, but that's kind of like, that was my main concern because some people really have expensive medical bills if they need to be evacuated or anything, so because they get COVID.
Okay, well, basically that is what the Cruise with Confidence program is. Now, I just called Eduardo and talked to him. Now, we have a situation with our dog. He might be too sick to go into a kennel, and somebody will have to stay here with us, so we'll have to cancel that cruise. Now, this is little dog in question. He's the cutest little thing, but he was very sick. And now he's getting better, but we're not sure if he's going to have a relapse or if we're going to have to stay home and not be able to go on this cruise. What do you think, little buddy? Are you going to be able to? Yeah. Are you going to be able to get well enough so that we can go cruising? Now, I asked Eduardo what happens if we do that, and he goes, well, this Cruise with Confidence program will, if you cancel before 48 hours, you will get a future cruise credit. 48 hours before your sail date, you'll get a future cruise credit, which is fantastic. However, you will not get a full refund unless you have COVID. If it's a COVID-related problem. Now, I'm guessing that they're kind of sketchy with that. Like, what if it's your family member, somebody who's not booked on the cruise? If it's a family member who gets COVID and you have to will you get a full credit? I don't know. You'll have to ask. You'll have to call and ask. But what I was asking about specifically was, will I get a full refund? Like, refund all my money back if I get COVID or they turn us away at the dock? What if we don't have it? Because you have to get a COVID test 48 hours before your cruise. If you test positive, obviously, they'll probably give you a full refund. I think that's what he was saying. Eduardo was saying that you'll get a full refund of your monies that you've already spent, or you can take a future cruise credit. But if it's something like my situation with the dog, he'll just give you a cruise credit. And I asked him, what if you test negative, but you get a fever or something, and you have a fever at the cruise dock? And they don't let you on the ship. Will you get a full refund? But they can't determine if it's COVID or not. And he was like, let me check. And I'm like, okay, well, don't worry about that. I'm sure that's a no. I'm sure they have strict guidelines where it's like, if it's COVID, yes, you get a refund. If it's not COVID, you get a credit, which is fine. I like cruises, and I'll go on a cruise within a year anyway. Now, when he says when that said global suspension, like if they do it again, like if there's another huge wave of the pandemic and they have to close cruises again, then I don't know. That's kind of scary. But that was Royal Caribbean's Cruise with Confidence program. I'm cruising with confidence because I feel as if, especially after talking to Eduardo, I feel as if, yes, I got it. I'm good. I feel confident about my my sailing, and that I will have a future cruise credit if something should happen and I have to cancel this cruise because of my dog or something, or if I get COVID. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to Travel Cruisers, and we'll see you in the next one.